All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole faith of Israel. As you can see, the title of this article, Presidential Polls. 3/4 of Americans fear post-election violence and riots, Independent reveals. As you can see right below the video, it says Trump declines to commit to peaceful transfer of power. All right. It says exclusive and independent poll reveals a majority of Americans are fearful of post-election violence, regardless of who they plan to vote for. All right. So going into biblical prophecy, Yahushua said himself that a kingdom divided against itself, that kingdom shall not stand. So what's going to happen in that process of this nation being divided is bloodshed. Okay. A lot of violence. Okay. And it's been prophesied to happen here in these last days, which America is known as, so-called America is known as Babylon the Great in the Holy Scriptures. All right, it's been prophesied that Babylon the Great, so-called America, is going down with great violence. All right, so these uproars and uprisings of the people is just the beginning stages, of this kingdom getting ready to be ultimately taken out. All right, so here, let me get that real quick. Matter of fact, I don't remember. Let me see. Divided. Stand. This is Matthew 20. It's like Matthew 12 and verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. All right. So there's no unity. All right. There's no agreement amongst everyday Americans, so-called Americans. All right. So what does that mean? They don't like each other. Okay. Because scriptures talk about, can two walk amongst each other except they be agreed? All right. They're not agreed. All right. Because there's a lot of polarization going on and people choosing sides here in America because it's getting ready to be what you know as a civil war. Okay. It might not be formal, because wars fought a lot differently now than back then. All right. You have a lot of people going back and forth as insiders and, going into proxy wars and all this other kind of stuff. But nonetheless, there's going to be violence spilled here in so-called America. And ultimately going into Esau, even the so-called white man, and his, order out of chaos. All right. He tries to create order by the chaos which he sprinkles, and causes, because he causes a reaction out of people, because he knows people need to eat. He knows people need jobs. All right. He knows what happens when he pushes them to the edge. All right. They're going to be violent. All right. And this devil's going to come down and shut down the cities. All right. And force everybody into his new world order agenda. All right. But here it says, verse 26, Matthew 12 and 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? All right. Satan, the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan is Esau, even so-called white man. He's after the working of Satan. All right. He works for Satan. All right. And his house is being divided, which it is divided. It's not being, it is divided, and it's going to fall. All right. Going into, you have Republicans and Democrats, you have up, down, left, right. Everybody's against each other. All right. There's no unity in the household, no unity in neighborhoods, nothing. Okay. Because this is what Yahawah prophesied happened, to this kingdom, so-called America, in these last days. All right. But, matter of fact, let me get, because this is what you call measuring the time diligently. All right. This is 2 Esdras chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. All right. We're supposed to be watching. Okay. Watching and praying. Okay. Because not just, of course, we're being watchmen. Okay. But ultimately, because we're going to have to live through this. All right. We're going to have to try to find a way, through the spirit and power of Yahawah, of course, to escape these things. That's why 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, says, what manner of person ought ye to be? All right. In all holy conversation and godliness. All right. Going to, inquire how the godly shall be saved, because we know great destruction is coming. All right. But we're going to have to actually get through this. Okay. And that's going into the time of Jacob's trouble. This is 2 Esdras chapter 9, 2 Esdras chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. How do you measure time? By prophecy. All right. Which we're watching and measuring. Okay. Which is the words of the Lord Yahawah. Continuing, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I had told thee before, right? The signs, okay, the signs that the Lord left, okay, going into Matthew 24th chapter, the Lord said rumors of wars, wars and rumors of wars, uprisings of the people, what you're going to read here, earthquakes in diverse places. These are signs the Lord left. He said he shall leave signs in the moon, all right? There's been a lot of blood moons, okay? Verse 2, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And it's going to be a physical visitation, okay? Because YAHWASHI, it's coming with this host of angels. All right, read Revelation, the first chapter, going into, behold, he cometh with clouds, okay? And going into Revelation, the 12th chapter, going into that war in heaven, okay? This is going to be a physical visitation, all right? And guess what? He's a so-called angry black man, okay? Going into YAHWASHI, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus, all right? This is verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, right? This is what this is, okay? Commotions, uproars, all right? This is what this is, and fear. Again, because this devil, he wants to spell fear in the air so he can control you people, all right? Ultimately, control you, to manipulate you and deceive you, to taking that chip, which is the mark of the beast, all right? The only way, because, again, order out of chaos, he wants to create chaos, and he's going to try to bring the solution of peace via that chip, all right? And that's going to be your demise if you take that chip, all right? And I'll read this again. 2 chapter 9, verse 3, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, uproars of the people in the world, verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So these words, going into the words of YAHWASHI, they have withstood the test of time. Okay, you got technology that expires and gets old after 2, 3 years, 5 years, all right, 10 years, it gets out of date. Okay, but the words of YAHWASHI have always been relevant. Okay, because the word of the Lord YAHWASHI is alive. Okay, it's fluid, right, and it's happening. All right, so going back to there being no unity. All right, you cannot forget that the World War III is going to pop off. Okay, so now you got a bunch of people that don't like each other. You're about to send them to war and fight for the country that they can't even agree upon. All right, that's going to spell disaster. Okay, and they're gonna draft women. All right, but even before then, because all this is going to be simultaneous. Of course, prophecy plays out as a series of events. Chip get brought out, World War III. All right. And then that war in heaven, and then, the Lord's elect getting beamed up, just roughly going through it, But, matter of fact, let me, what was I going to get? Because with this happening, because this is, these are current event lessons, these are mainstream media. So you don't think there's some type of intelligence behind the scenes going into the police, of course. Then you have the other agencies like the FBI and, so on and so forth. You have the marshals, you have the national security, so on and so forth. They're prepared too. All right, if you pay attention around your city, they got pressure plates on all the major streets. So they can, pretty much keep count of how much traffic is going by. They got cameras everywhere because they're getting ready to lock the city down. It's just 2 Edges 15 and verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. And of course, their actions shall stand in their power. So they don't care about Trump. Okay, they don't, because again, the times we're in now is because, it's pretty much like the word goes on unprecedented, if I'm saying it correctly, unprecedented times. All right. Let me see. I don't want to say it. Unprecedented. Wow. Here we go. Unprecedented. All right. Never done, never before or known before. Okay. Because it's like a time no other, like it says in Daniel 12th chapter. All right. But, not to lose my train of thought. 2 Edges 15 and verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because these cities going to get cut off. Okay. Again, with all the violence going on, even if it don't happen. Okay. Because the media, this devil, he likes to play games. Right. He likes to, pretty much deceive everybody. Okay. So he can, again, manipulate them and get them to do what he wants them to do. All right. Try to, again, with the whole COVID situation, It's all what to control the narrative. All right. But he can't control the narrative going into prophecy. He's getting ready to be destroyed. All right. Here, I can read verse 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right. Verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy the houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So people are going to be pushed to their edge. All right. So that's why they're going to be doing things that they said they would never do. Okay. Because they ain't never been in these kind of situations. Okay. People always say, I would never do that. All right. But you never been put in that situation. A lot of you people are going to be put in tough situations, and you're going to pretty much you're going to fail. Okay. In this time to come. All right. Let me make sure I remember that. Unprecedented. Okay. Unprecedented. But here, let me see if anything worth reading. Such fears appear directly linked to Americans' concern that it will not be clear by November 4th who won the political race. More than 2/3 of those surveyed, 68% said they are quite concerned about the election results not being clear. So everybody, is on their toes pretty much for this date, November 4th. And again, who knows how this is going to play out, but best believe there's going to be some kind of, puzzle piece being moved, not puzzle piece, a chess piece being moved as far as Esau trying to fulfill his New World Order agenda. All right. And it could be just wagging the tail, to try to get your attention and doing something else behind the scenes. All right. That's what the devil does. But we're not ignorant to his devices. Where are the... Here, this is Luke 21 and verse 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always. Right, so who cares what this devil's doing? At the end of the day, he's all being controlled by YAHAWASHI. Whether he does this, whether he does that, best believe he's being monitored, he's being watched, and he's being controlled. All right, so, but the point is that, we got to make sure that we're at one with YAHAWASHI, because whatever this man does, it don't matter. Okay, it's all to me, that if the Lord YAHAWASHI have mercy upon you, because I keep reading, this is Luke 21 verse 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always that ye be made accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. All right. So again, that's why we call ourselves the hopeful elect, because we hope to be found worthy to escape these times. All right. Because we say things are going to get bad. We say, we try to make comparisons and try to, paint a picture of the severity of what's going to be going on out here in these last days. But all we can do is tell you to cleave on to YAHAWASHI, cleave on to his name. All right. Because again, even, being spiritually prepared and built up, we can only go so far. That's why ultimately our faith carries us through. All right. Our faith has made us whole. But yeah, I can probably close out here. There's Malachi chapter 4, and I'll start at verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord YAHAWASHI, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch, because these thermonuclear missiles that are going to rain over here in so-called America. All right. Everything you've seen, high rises, buildings, houses. All right. It's all going to be burnt up. All right. The only people that can be able to escape this time that comes is the Lord's elect. All right. Because it's verse 2. But unto you that fear my name. All right. So that goes into the importance of the name. All right. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. All right. The righteous runneth into it, and they are safe. All right, 'cause we're trying to be found safe. We're trying to be safe in these times to come. All right. Because going to the famine of the word, once the Lord stops publishing this word, all right, he cuts off the YouTube, all right, takes us off the corners, then it's going to be you and your faith in that time. Okay. This is verse 2. Again, but unto you that fear my name, all right, because Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time. The fear of the Lord is treasured, all right, and strength of salvation, all right, the fear, all right, and that's the beginning of wisdom. But unto you that fear my name, all right, what is his name? What is his son's name? Okay, YAHAWASHI. Shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, and he shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stalk. All right, so going into the Lord's elect, going into the first fruit. Okay, with this kingdom being thrown down, okay, there's another one being put in its stead. All right, and we're trying to be found worthy to be part of first fruit. The first dominion. To say, blessed are they of that first dominion. All right, but that's pretty much it. Going to a quick lesson. Pretty much being watchmen. Okay. Ultimately, it's all in the Lord's timing, whether it be November 4th or November 5th. All right. We don't know the day nor hour, but, as our duty to do, to warn the people, our people first and foremost, that the day draws nigh. Okay, the day of YAHAWASHI. So with that, those words be edifying. As always, want to give our praise to YAHAWASHI, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the way. Millstone, peace and blessings of the whole thing. Israel. Shalom.